Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper, and it's time for a weekly recap on sales. And actually, this week I'm going to do 2 videos with sales because we had so many, and there's so many good things that I really want to show you so you know to look out for them or list them if you already have them. And midweek on Wednesday, I'm going to do a video with tips on how to increase your sales. So definitely watch for that as well. So our sales are up over 20% over last month. Very, very happy with where they are at. They are crappy today. That happens, you know, this lovely roller coaster that is reselling. That is what happens. But I would love to show you these things. You really need to know these. You need to look out for them. I am going to show you a good sampling, 25 items from eBay, Poshmark, Mercari that have sold in the last week. So they are selling right now. I will tell you where I got them, how much I paid, and how long they took to sell. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so as I said, today is really sucking. We are at $47.55 for today, but that's okay because for the week we are over 3,000 and we are up 31% over the last 31 days, which is absolutely amazing. And we are at 14,600. So almost at that $15,000 mark. So I am happy with where sales are right now. I always like to show you my back page so you can see that what I'm telling you is the truth. All of these numbers are before fees are taken out. And of course, if you know me, I do have employees. So this is also before payroll is taken out. However, I know most of you don't have employees, and the volume that I do would be easy for one person to do by themselves. If you are just reselling, the issue with me is that I'm not just reselling, I'm also doing YouTube. So that makes it where I do need help to be able to do both. So let's go ahead and take a look at eBay sales. And then we're also going to take a look at a few from Mercari as well as Poshmark. All right. First up is this Coil by Kathy Peterson. A lot of 2 women's scrub tops, floral and geometric patterns. These were listed in September, so about a month and a half to sell. I sent out a 10% offer of $26.99 that the buyer accepted, and I only paid $2 for these. So if you don't watch me over on my thrifting channel, Catch Treasure Hunting, I have a ton of thrift stores near me that have dollar clothes. And what I've started doing with scrubs is not getting them unless I have 2 of the same size, which I did here. So Coil by Kathy Peterson, you can see that tag there is a really great brand. This was my favorite brand of scrubs to wear when I was still nursing. And lotting them up in 2 gets you a $26 sale versus 2 $15 sales. And it has been working very, very well for us since I've started doing them in lots of 2 or 3. And again, $2 into 26, so over a $20 profit on these 2 scrub tops. Next up was a really, really fast sale. And with really fast sales, it always makes me question if I price too low. So this one sold for full price in less than an hour after I listed it. This is a vintage sterling silver red dragon's breath opal cabochon. This is a sterling silver ring size 7. It sold for full price of $69.99 in an hour. Did I underprice? I don't know. You tell me. I only paid $5 for this. So for me, it is about a $55 profit after fees. You can see it was simply marked sterling. You can also see all the tarnish here. So with, I would say 90% of my sterling jewelry, I do not do any cleaning. I occasionally will on some higher end pieces, but stuff like this, I do not. And this one was a really, really fast sale. So maybe just the right buyer happened to see it at the right time, but I am happy with the sale as well as the profit. Next up is one that might catch some of you off guard. If you've been watching me a while, I don't feel like it will. However, it might catch some of you off guard. This is just simply an old pack of 20 party napkins. Snoopy, a pilot. It does say rats. This one did take almost a year to sell. I'm less than $1 in, so it's about a $15 profit, but these are tiny. So you can see the package was ripped open there. We did show that. And this one was still a really good sale, $15 profit, though it did take almost a year. Up next is one of kind of those mid-range sales. This one was listed back in May, so about 5.5 months to sell. This is a small 1.5 inch Swarovski Rabbit. I did put bunny crystal figurine. Ooh, I put rabbit twice. So there's a little tip for you guys. Don't put the same word twice in the title because it can only be searched once. So this one sold for a best offer that I sent out. And actually, no, they didn't take it. I did send them an offer, but they actually paid full price. That does happen occasionally. And if people ask me, I will give them the refund for the offer that I had sent them. However, this person did not. So $27.99, purchased this in an online auction lot of Swarovski pieces, about $5 in. So it is about a close to a $20 profit, between 18 and 20. And here you can see this one's pretty basic. It's clear. It does have the black eyes, but other than that, it's a clear one. So happy with the profit. And again, it's very tiny. This one's only 1.5 inches. Next up was a very, very fast sale. This one sold in under a week. And I'm going to give credit to Shannon on this one because we bought out a luxury collection and this Louis Vuitton padlock was actually with a purse. And Shannon said, no, pull it off. It'll sell good by itself. She was right. So I got an offer of 55 and accepted it in under a week. And this one, and I talked about it with a couple of others as well. On my luxury buyout, I don't really have a per item in cost. I'm going to end up having to track this and really just knowing when I'm in the profit versus knowing how much per item is profit, unfortunately. So we are still kind of chipping away, I guess you could say, at the original $5,000 buy. So we're not in the profit. Here you can see, so in case you happen to find one of these Louis Vuittons, this is what it looks like. It is simply a tiny little lock. You can see here it is 1.5 inches and it goes with the purses. So if you happen to find just that lock, we did have the box and bag to make it kind of a set. And I think that helped it sell a little bit faster, and great $55 sale. Next up was a really fast sale. This one sold in about a month, and we actually picked these up at the thrift store for $1 each. How incredible is that? Ralph Lauren pajamas. We got 2 sets of them. So I am $2 in. I accepted a best offer of 35. They kept sending me a $30 offer and I was like, no, they've been listed less than a month. I'm holding my ground to 35. They kept asking me, please accept my offer. Please accept my offer. And they were making the same offer. They never came up. And then I'm assuming maybe they got paid or something because on Friday they purchased it at, or they sent me an offer of 35. I accepted. So these are about a $28 profit. Again, sold in under a month. Make sure you watch out for that Ralph Lauren. Here is the tag. This one was on a black tag. It is a petite medium. And we do show the measurements of the pants as well as the top. And great sale in under a month. Definitely something you want to keep an eye out for. Next up is one that took a long time to sell, and that does happen with art and photos and things like that. And this one I actually sent a half off offer, so it sold for $104.64. This is an antique bubble convex glass tiger wood portrait. I did put young wedding photo married, and I had it over a year. So that is why I took that half off. I love how this one has the pinks and the blues in it, as well as the black and white. You can see though, this frame was in pretty poor condition. It had cracks, it had chips. And so we wanted to make sure to show that. Here you can see the measurements. It was 25 by 18.5, but it did have the glass. So these, even without that photo, probably would have sold at that $100 point. Definitely something to keep an eye out for. And they are definitely more valuable when they have the glass. Next up is one I love and definitely something you guys should keep an eye out for, and that's Betsey Johnson jewelry. So this is a Betsey Johnson. I did put Cancer Zodiac. So when I get crab stuff, I throw that Cancer and Zodiac in my titles. Gold tone, green rhinestone crab pendant necklace, 20 inches. This one was listed back in April, so it did take about 6.5 months to sell. Sold for $45.49, and I only paid $5. So this one is about a $32, $33 profit. Really, really cute little necklace. With Betsey Johnson, what I've noticed is the ones like this that are kind of statement with a big animal, they tend to do better, or ones that are kind of like charms with a bunch of them. The smaller Betsey Johnson little necklaces I haven't done as well with, but this one is absolutely gorgeous. You can see here with the extender, it was almost 20 inches, and great sale and great profit on this one. And I did pick this up in an online auction jewelry lot. Next up is something I absolutely love selling, and that is religious pieces. And this one was listed back in August, so it took about 2.5 months to sell. This is a vintage. I did put plastic mold, Virgin Mary, Baby Jesus. This one sold for full price at that $19.99. And here you can see the back of this one. Really, really neat. I don't think this one was plastic. I think this was actually a carved wood piece, and really, really great sale. I got it in an online auction lot. I do like to buy auction lots of religious items, as I've done well with them. So I'm only a couple of dollars in, and this one's going to be about a $14 profit. Next up is another of those mid-range to sell. This one took since May. I'm like bobbling my words here. This one was listed in May. It took about 5.5 months to sell. Sold for a best offer of $23.09. This is Delft blue and white ceramic salt and pepper shakers. I got a ton of salt and pepper shakers in an online auction lot. A lot of them I actually just redonated. I pulled the ones that were a little more valuable, and these two, about 5 months, only have a couple dollars in, so they're about a $15 profit. This is not something I would buy by itself, but if I got it in a lot again, I definitely would list them just to get that little bit of extra money out of a lot. Up next is one that took forever. This one took over a year, but it's so cute. This little vintage farmhouse ducks, chickens. I got this at a garage sale. I think it was actually a church sale. I paid $1 for it. It ended up selling for $16.25, but again, took over a year. I would still pick this thing up because it's cute, it's vintage, and I like rescuing that stuff and finding it new homes. So it's about a $12 profit after fees. But again, took a while, and here you can see the frame had some damage. This is a really cute piece. It's 13 by 10, and yeah, I would pick it up again, even though it took over a year to sell. And that's kind of a choice you have to make in your business model if you are okay with having some stuff that takes a little bit longer, which, as long as you have space and it's something you like, I don't see any problem with that. Up next is one we have sold quite a bit of, and that is the Mark Roberts Fairy Elves. And I got these at an estate sale. I paid $20 a piece. This one sold for $40, so it's actually only about a $13 profit after fees, but quite a few of them sold at a higher price point. And now that I've had them for over 6 months, I'm ready to just let them move and get my initial investment back. So I'm happy to get my initial investment back into these, and then I can get some new inventory, which actually I'm not really buying any new inventory because I've got so much. So I've got to get what I have listed first before I go buying other stuff. So here you can see it does have the original box, and we do show the box as well as the fairy elf in the picture. $40 sale, took 6 months, about a $13 profit, but I am happy to get that money back. Up next is a really, really good sale. This is for tiny stockings. They were 6 inches each, and I got these at an estate sale. I paid less than 10, and they sold for 50. So they're about a $35 profit after fees, and they were listed back in August, so about 3 months to sell. They are super cute little mini stockings. Here you can see the photo. They were actually all cross stitch. Super, super cool. Like needlepoint with Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and Eeyore, and really, really cute set. I did put them all together because I wanted that higher price point, and I got that $50 sale. Next up is another item that was in that luxury buyout. So again, kind of hard to know my money in, and I know that's kind of a difficult thing to hear. However, I did a big buyout, and some things are going to be worth a lot more than others. So it's really hard to assign a buy cost to these. So again, I'm just tracking these sales. So I know once I hit that $5,000 mark, I'll know I'm in the profit. And here you can see, this is a really, really nice Invicta. We actually got quite a few Invicta watches. So if you're looking for something for a special man in your life, I have a lot of really nice Invictas that are at good prices that would make excellent, excellent Christmas gifts, by the way. So $55 sale, $59, $59, and most likely over a $30 to $35 profit on this one. Next up was a really, really fast sale, and that is BKE denim Connor straight leg jeans, size 14, blue, medium wash. I did put faded, 24-inch inseam. These have been selling so fast, and I feel like I've looked over BKE jeans, and I will not anymore. These sold for $22.49. I picked them up for $1, and they sold in a month. So fast. So here you can see the BKE Connor, you can see the measurements, and these are straight leg jeans. You can see that size 14. Watch for BKE. We had 3 pairs up, and I believe they have all sold. These, again, picked up for $1, so over a $15 profit. Next up is a brand that I did not know, and that is a Bathing Ape. A Bathing Ape pink camo men's wallet. This one was in that luxury buyout, so another $50 sale on that. Again, I will keep you guys updated. I'll probably start next week now that we're getting some regular sales from it. So sold for $50. And here you can see it was brand new. I didn't even know this. So if you guys don't, if you see that B ape, it's a Bathing Ape. Remember that, because these do well, and this one sold in under a week. Next up is one that I was kind of on the fence whether to get or not. I got it in a big lot, so I actually only paid about $1, but I couldn't find any comps on this one. And the only thing I found was the website it was on sale for, and it was like $50 or so. So I priced it higher because they were sold out on the website. So I ended up getting an offer of $48.99. And this is a Santopoli play and travel board. It says it had handmade little wood houses. So sold it for $48, only paid $1. So it's a $40 profit. This one did take a little bit longer to sell. It was listed back in June, so about 4 months. But when you get stuff like this, there were none listed, none sold. I found it on one website, and I just priced where I thought. So 4 months, I don't think it's too bad because I had no comps to go off of. Spode plate. You can see we had 3 of these, and all 3 have sold. So this is a Spode 2017 annual Christmas collector plate. I did list them individually because they're worth $25 each. And I figured people would not necessarily want more than 1 of the same year. And I only had 3. So I didn't have a set of 4. And this is the last one to sell for $25. I paid about $5. So it's about a $15 profit. And this one did not take very long to sell. It's only been listed 2 months. Now, of course, is a great time to sell it. So I do want to point out here, you can see the MSRP was $60 and I only got $25. So sometimes stuff is worth more than the MSRP. Sometimes it's worth lower. So that's where you definitely have to research and find out exactly where the item you have has been selling. Has it been selling for lower or higher or right at it? And it's kind of all over the board. So make sure you check your comps accurately. Up next is a license plate. This is a Michigan license plate from 1988. I do put tag Man Cave Rustic Distress. This one did sell for full price of $17.49, but it took over a year to sell. So if you don't know, I bought about 1,200 license plates. I paid $1 to $2 each, and I made my money back very, very fast, but we still have quite a few left, and it's been over a year now. So that's what happens when you buy big lots. Typically, you should make your money back pretty fast, and then everything that sells after you make that money back is all profit. Up next is one that took a little bit longer to sell. It took about 8 to 9 months. This is a vintage Goldilocks and the Three Bears pack of paper dolls. It is uncut from 1992, and it did sell for full price at $16.09. I bought a big lot of paper dolls. I only have $1 in, so about a $13 profit. But again, longer to sell. I'm not sure if I would pick up a lot of paper dolls again, just because most of them were lower value, but I also could have lotted them up to get higher prices. So I might, if I saw ones that were themed, that I could lot up. And I'm happy with the profit and the sale on this because this was very, very easy to ship. All right, we are moving on over to Poshmark. This is a vintage hand-woven coil basket, Native American, 15-inch. I did put round, large centerpiece fruit. Payout on this one was $31. I paid about $10, so it's about a $20 profit, and it took about 6 to 8 months to sell. I absolutely love picking up baskets that are coiled like this. And this one was a great sale, and I say it every time, but make sure that you're listing home accent and accessories on Poshmark. Next up is a pretty simple one. This is a Disney Mickey Mouse t-shirt. The reason I picked this up is it was a 3XL. Picked it up for $1. It sold for $19. Payout was $15, making it a $14 profit. Didn't take a really long time to sell. Cute little Disney shirt. Great size, and size definitely comes into account for me. Like if this had been honestly a large or smaller, I would not have picked it up. I probably would have picked it up XL and up, and good profit and pretty fast sale on this one. Next on Poshmark was a bad buy for me. This is a Laura Ashley, which is a great brand, but it was an FTD, so it was mass produced. There was a lot of supply and not much demand. So I picked it up because it said Laura Ashley. I did get it for $3. Payout was $11, so it's an $8 profit, but this is a pretty big base to ship for an $8 profit. So lesson learned here for me, and it's one I know. I know the Laura Ashley name is good, but this was FTD, so it was mass produced, and I probably should have taken that into account and looked it up before I bought it. I did not. I just went off the name, but I am glad that it sold. Next up is one I wanted to show you because I had somebody tell me they wanted 3 of this box. So all I did was simply copy that listing, and you can see it still says, copy quantity 3, made her own listing. She told me she was willing to pay $24 per box, but she only wanted 1 shipping fee, which I was fine with. So payout on this was $54. I am only $3 in. So this one was a $50 profit. I have tons of Christian Louboutin boxes left. So I am happy to move any of them out and make a deal for people that want more than 1. You can see here, we had a giant stack of these things, and I am really, really trying to move them out because they have been here over a year at this point. All right, there are just 2 from Mercari that I am going to show you. First is this Nickelodeon Paw Patrol Sky Action Bubble Blower toy. This one sold for $12.99. There are no fees. I think I'm like $2 or $3 in, so this is about a $10 profit, and it sold in about 3 months. So it took a little bit longer to sell. And I don't even remember where I got this one. I want to say it was in a lot, but not much in. And this is something I would not pick up again. All right, last up is one I would pick up again, and that is this Fierce 901 embroidered. I put patriotic American USA flag, snapback, trucker cap, hat, men's. That is just a ton of keywords. This one sold for $15. I only paid $1. There are no fees on Mercari, so it is a $14 profit. And you can see here, it just has that American flag hat or patch on the hat. It does have that mesh back. And I didn't put that in my tile. Normally when it has a mesh back, I do. There's the Fierce 901. So this one was a pretty good sale. It was just listed a month ago and pretty good profit. I'll take $14 on a hat all day long. All right, that was everything. I hope you've enjoyed. Again, we're up 30%. It's Q4. I hope your sales are up as well. Keep your eye out on Wednesday. Again, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to increase your sales, not just on eBay, but on all the platforms and on reselling in general. So watch for that one. And then Friday is going to be some more sales for you because we had so many. I really appreciate you watching. Hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I will see you on the next one.